Well, guys, we all knew that the Genshin boycott, or Hoyoverse boycott, had essentially failed instantly. They failed for multiple reasons, including that they don't even know what a real boycott is, and ultimately Hoyoverse never gave in to any of their demands. However, that failure is now even greater, as Park Place reports Genshin Impact revenue increases over 8% in spite of active boycott against game and developer. They say a boycott of Genshin Impact and Hoyoverse was launched back in July with a petition titled Stop Cultural Appropriation and Whitewashing in miHoYo Games. The petition states, "We call on miHoYo to stop cultural appropriation and whitewashing in their games and to commit to respectful and accurate representation of all cultures." It continues, miHoYo, a leading game development company, has repeatedly taken inspiration from indigenous cultures without proper representation and respect. In particular, the many characters from Sumeru and Natlan in Genshin Impact, and Penacony and Honkai Star Rail are all clearly white or only lightly tanned at best, with the exception of some enemy NPCs, which has sparked concerns of racism among players and indigenous communities. Yeah, the people who are obsessed with skin color are the ones trying to lecture others on racism. That's funny. So I've talked about the Genshin boycott a lot, and as you guys know, this got me a lot of anger from these Twitter cops, including various death threats and insults. But the thing is, I also covered the Genshin boycott 3 years ago and how that failed instantly too, essentially for the same reasons. My point is, these people had years to learn from that failure, and yet somehow they learned absolutely nothing from it. I'm pretty convinced that they don't even really care much about this stuff that they claim to care about anyways, and that they really do it for social media clout. Unfortunately for them, the tides have shifted quite a bit since 2021, and they're not getting much clout from this. As a matter of fact, it looks like most people are mocking them. But hold on, because the boycott's failure actually gets even more entertaining. Here's why. The current Genshin banner for the new character Mualani is arguably underperforming according to some sources, but not because of the boycott. Simply, there's already a lot of very strong Hydro characters, and many people seem to be saving their primos and real-life currency for other Natlan banners, especially the upcoming Pyro Archon, and potentially Capitana. In other words, Genshin is financially in a weakened state right now. And even despite that, the boycott's not even making a dent. The report concludes with them writing, "Nevertheless, revenue still appears to have increased year over year, as Gacha revenue reported that Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail grossed a combined total of 81 million in August 2023. That means the company's revenue increased over 30% year over year." What do you make of Genshin Impact's revenue increasing over 8% in spite of the boycotters? Well, let me know your opinion in the comments. Although I have a reasonable estimation that people are just going to be laughing. And I'll leave it there. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed my brief coverage, consider liking and or subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.